welcome back to the Teach, Inspire, Grow podcast. Today I am joined by the amazing Julie Robinson, and she is all the way over the other side of the hemisphere, and it's evening for her tonight, morning for us. But before we dive into our amazing conversation about what Julie does and what a brilliant journey she's had over the years to this point now, the conversation that everybody gets really nervous at, which I don't know why, because it's actually a really good question. I think it's a really good question anyway. Are you ready?
Oh gosh, go for it. Go on then.
Okay, what is your first memory of water, and how do you think that memory has shaped the way that you see swimming today?
Oh my goodness, that is a great question. Okay, so I would have been about 3 or 4 years old, maybe a bit older than that. And It was in Perth, WA, because we lived in Perth at the time. And everyone has to learn to swim over there. And I was playing on the steps, and I was just floating underwater, just letting myself float.
Yeah.
No one else, I don't remember anyone else in the pool. And I just remembered the beautiful silence and the quietness and this sensation of floating. And I just felt so comfortable and at home. Yeah. And I think that just shaped my swimming career from there on in, really. And I felt really at home and comfortable in water from there on in.
Yeah. So you were just floating there for a while, and then
no grown-ups around. There wouldn't have been a lifeguard or a parent.
Oh my goodness.
Totally on my own.
Yeah.
I think my elder brothers were swimming in a competition or something, and I'd gone into another pool, and and it was just such peace and quiet. And I think as a young child, that was just such an unusual vibe to feel at the time.
Can you remember that feeling now then, can you?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Can you?
Yes.
And that's completely stuck with you then.
Yeah. And when I get in the pool, if no one's there, a part of me is really disappointing, because I love all that banter around a swimming pool and in a pool.
Yeah.
But then that other part of me is, oh wow, I've got this whole space to myself. I can just float. And I was floating on my tummy. I wasn't floating on my back. I was
so you held your breath and face down.
Yeah. And it wouldn't
so that's interesting then, because if you're saying no one was around and
I know,
lifeguard, if a bystander would have walked past and be like, mind you do sink, I know, that would have been terrifying for somebody to have seen you like that.
I think I was cuddled in. I was in a corner by the steps and just had my own space, my own experience of water. And
so you obviously had the capability, the ability to be able to obviously then get up and know how long you're able to hold your breath, and to so you already had that intuitive process of
I think so.
I've got to get up now. And
it felt deep, but I would have been 5 maybe. 4 or 5 years old, so it felt deep. But I'm assuming it was probably the learn to swim pool, because it was at a competition pool, and there was the big 50, and there was the diving pit, and there was I think it would have been the learners pool. It would have been shallow, I think, but for me at 5 or 6 years old, it was
huge. So had you had formal swimming lessons then, had you, before that?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah. So, and was that back in England, or was that there?
No, I started my swimming in Perth in WA, not in that pool, in a different pool.
Yeah.
And the teacher stood on the side with a stick, and they used to put a rope around your waist.
Right.
And literally hold you up in the water.
Wow.
And just swim along the side on the pool deck along.
And they used to just walk along with you.
That's right.
Did that for every swimmer?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. And then just release the rope when you were strong
Ready.
enough and you knew you could swim. Yeah. And being, I think, the youngest state swimmer to swim in the relays or something at 6 years old. They would never, ever do that now. You would never see us.
Oh,
A
6-year-old doing
6-year-old. I've got medals. Like,
it.
ridiculous. So silly. So silly.
Oh wow. So how long did you do that for then, until you were 6 then, obviously? And then did you go to a club after that then, or did you just?
Yes, we were at the Chewett Hill Club in Perth in WA. My 2 older brothers, my elder brother, he was quite a really good swimmer. So I was the social one. I was the social butterfly at the swimming club. So
Yeah.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Flitting around, seeing what everybody was doing.
Yes, exactly. And in Australia, we only have really swimming clubs going on during the summer months anyway.
Oh,
so they,
okay, seasonal.
Yeah, seasonal. So we
Right.
have squads all year round, but
Right.
the actual competitive swimming, the swimming clubs are only open during the summer. So it's very different in the UK. And they never really compete against each other as teams. Whereas in the UK, you have the leagues going on.
Yeah, and it's huge.
Yeah, in the UK, you have your open meets.
Yes.
But that's what we have here in Australia.
Right. Crikey, because you guys have produced loads of great swimmers, all-time Olympians.
Yes, yeah.
So they must train all year though, surely.
They do. The squads train all year round. So yeah. And in Brisbane here, we've got just the most incredible squads and the facilities. It's crazy. There's a swimming pool within 5 minutes of each other, and I'm talking about 50-meter outdoor heated.
Wow.
They're phenomenal facilities.
So who funds that then? Is that do you have councils like we have here?
Yeah. Some of them are council pools, some of them are private schools built their own swimming pool. And there's just plenty of them. There's heat everywhere. There's no excuse.
So do you find though there's no competition, like they find it difficult to fill the pools? Because obviously over here they're fighting for they're mine or
time. Yeah. They fight for water time.
Yeah.
There's plenty of water time here.
Yeah.
Plenty of space. So if I go for just what we call lap swimming down at the local swimming pool, I'll get in a lane with maybe one other adult doing lap swimming, and they will go, oh, I've got to share a lane with
dare you get in my lane.
Exactly. Whereas I remember in the UK when I lived in, you would be sharing with the lane with people, lots of people. So because there's so many pools, there's so much space. So yes, the council do fund them.
And do you find there's a lot of then children that it's just the norm that there's a pool literally around the corner and everyone has access to it, so there is no reason for non-swimmers, if that makes sense?
Lessons still cost, but it is a high priority here in Australia. There's so much water, Helen.
Yeah.
There's swimming pools in the backyards. Yeah. It's ridiculous. So swimming pools seem to be high on the priority list. Yeah. More than the UK, which is really good as a life-saving skill. And I love that about Australia. And there's just a vibe for swimming, and we're good at it. Yeah. The school system, like the school swimming, they do school swimming. I don't think that's particularly good, but they keep this. So they give the opportunity for those kids who haven't had lessons or can't afford lessons. They do get that opportunity during their school system.
And how long do they learn at school then? Is there a certain year or age group of where they have to go, like here?
They'll start from preppies.
Okay.
As soon as they start school. 5.
At 4? 5.
4 or 5, yep. Definitely.
And then they keep going?
They keep going every summer. School swimming every summer.
Okay.
It's a brilliant system. It
Yeah.
is an excellent system. We're very
Oh, sorry, I'm just really interested. This is really fascinating.
go.
So cool to hear. Do they then, so with the, because they have, if they have the choice then with the leisure, like we have leisure centres, franchises, and then independents do have the same. So you have the variety of pricing, accessibility, maybe more.
Yeah. So, for instance, my husband, he runs a swimming school. He
Right.
rents a 25-meter pool at a little Catholic primary school.
Okay.
For the summer. So he rents
Right.
the pool for the summer, and he
Yep.
provides learn to swim and squads to
Right.
the community, adult squads and kids squads, and obviously
Right.
swim. Yeah.
So
Now,
then, oh, go on.
go on. In Brisbane, the
Right.
last 2 summers in Brisbane, you can go for a public swim at the
Yeah.
pool
Yeah.
for $2.
Wow.
Just $2.
So
And
that's
children would be free. Children would be free.
Yeah. So they've got just come on in and use our
Yep.
facilities and
Yep.
amazing. What do you do then if you're like really seasonal? What do you do out of season with regards to that?
I still work, but my husband just kicks back. Actually, no, Helen, I give him a list of things to do.
Of course you do. He's got to have a honeydew list, hasn't he? No, I'm still working, so you've got to do some stuff now.
Yeah.
So does he load up then over that time then and fill in as many as he can, and then
Very
Right.
much. So he's about to kick off again
Right.
on the 29th of September, and he'll go through all the way to the end of March, just before.
Right. And
he
is that
does
7 days a week?
No, he does 5 days, but it's double shifts, like morning and afternoon.
Yeah.
Actually, 6 days. Yeah, 6 days.
Yeah. 6 days.
Yeah. So he
Amazing.
blitzes it in the summer, and they just all come in.
Come
They're
in.
phenomenal, like incredible. They love it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pool's
Oh.
nice and warm as well.
Yeah.
And it is still heated, but
Right.
yeah. So it's
Yeah.
a brilliant environment. And he
Oh,
has the music blaring,
and they come through.
yeah, and it's a community, and there's a swimming club once a week on a Thursday night, and they have
Right.
they're delivered, and they run races, and kids love it.
Yeah, absolutely love it. It sounds like you formed such a nice relationship with all the community and families, and
yeah, that's what you got to do. Yeah, what you got to do. It's awesome. It's a great vibe.
Yeah. But you haven't always been in Australia though, have you?
No. Yes. So I mean, my teenage years were really in the UK, mostly in the UK. So we moved back to the UK. I was born in the UK. Moved back from Perth to the Slough area in Buckingham when I was 8 years old.
Okay.
And we carried on swimming over in the UK. Yeah, we were fortunate. My brothers both swam for Britain. My eldest brother, Phil Hubble, he won an Olympic silver medal in Moscow, and Commonwealth record holder and gold medalist. And yeah, very well respected within the swimming community in Britain. So he carried the flag actually at the Commonwealth Games in Brisbane in 1982 for the English team.
Oh, that's cool.
He vowed that he would live here one day. So again, yeah. So we followed him out basically with our 3 children in 2003.
2003. But so in that time then that you were in the UK, you carried on, you went to school, and then what happened after? You had obviously a very swimmy family. So it obviously stayed with you.
When my kids were little, I wasn't working. We had 3 children, and I wasn't working. I was stay-at-home mum to be able to do that. And then when my son went to playgroup, got in the pool and I did 6 laps, burst into tears because I'd lost all my fitness completely.
Oh.
But from there, I started swimming, masters swimming. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And then again, I started coaching for the local swimming club. And then I set up a swimming school in 1999 in Farnborough. The rest is history, really. So that swimming school is still going, even though COVID did affect it badly. It's still going and providing swimming lessons, and it's a teacher training swimming school. Well. So it does the ASA training level 1 and level 2 courses, and so I don't have any part of that now, but at the time I was directing it and working. So it's I'm very proud of it, and
they've continued your legacy. You started it, and which is amazing that they're still thriving and going because of you. So that's amazing.
And I'm very proud of it. Made some great friends through it, and it's so super to teach a child how to swim, and then they come back and work for your swimming school business. It's incredible when that happens.
I bet your heart's just
you feel old too.
Oh, no, age is only a number.
That's right.
Say that. Keep going as long as you can. I'm trying to hit 100, so don't stop me.
Go for it.
Another whole lifetime to
go. Exactly. And then we moved to Australia, and then I carried on masters swimming and training in the pool, and got into open water and the beach and all that kind of thing. And then I started coaching swimming again. And I coached for a number of years a brilliant squad of just women, and it was called the Sisters of Swim.
Oh, brilliant. I love it.
And it wasn't really it wasn't about the swimming at all. And I had big numbers. It was very successful. And then I began to get interested in what I do now, really. And I got trained in being a clinical hypnotherapist and a neuro-linguistic programmer. And when I got trained in that, I started to work with some elite swimmers over here regarding their performance. And from there, I've started to work in the field of anxiety and helping families with children with anxiety problems. And that's what I do now. So I'm basically a clinical hypnotherapist, and I work with some very elite athletes, some rookie athletes, and also families with children with anxiety issues.
So a full range of a spectrum of different individuals from different needs and
very much.
So what made you so you went from coaching swimming, and was there something then that sort of triggered your mindset to be, I need to go into hypnotherapy?
Yes. So at the time, our 16-year-old daughter was diagnosed. She wasn't diagnosed, but she had an issue with her back. And unfortunately, the Western medicine, they really weren't very helpful. She was taking anti-inflammatories and painkillers, and in the end, Helen, she ended up bedridden.
Oh, bless her.
I met a friend in town, and her mother had recently passed away, and she was left with anxiety. Instead, she went to see this hypnotherapist and said that it really helped her. So said maybe our daughter might benefit from seeing this guy as well. So we got our daughter out of bed and took her to see this hypnotherapist. And I'm not kidding you, Helen, it was sensational. It was mind-blowing. We really hadn't seen our daughter out of pain for weeks. And then this hypnotherapist, within 20 minutes, he had a pain level down to 0, like zero pain. The color came back into her face.
Oh,
And I was in tears, and
yeah.
my husband was with us, and he was just, it was amazing. So I took her to subsequent sessions after that, and I
Yeah.
kept asking him questions. I was so curious.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Yeah.
How is this working? What's going on?
Yeah.
Not realizing how famous he was, and he's
Oh.
British as well.
Oh.
And I ended up training with him.
Yeah.
And then I ended up training with him, and then I ended up practicing, and then I
Wow.
ended up becoming a trainer for him. So I ended
Right.
up teaching for his company. And I just haven't stopped since then.
So you're still, it sounds like you're still really, you love it and embracing it, and yeah.
When you help someone who's really suffering with anxiety, like, it's a tremendous shift for them to have that freedom in their life that they never had before. So I work very closely with them, and it's just a fantastic job to do. And my daughter got qualified as well, so she does it in Sydney.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So she was then back to full recovery and everything.
That's right. She ended up.
Yeah, the medicines were just
No. It was totally psychosomatic. She ended up with an MRI scan, and there was nothing there.
Nothing.
Healthy back.
So all in the mind.
All in the mind. Incredible. Beautiful.
Well, that is. Our minds are so powerful, and they play tricks on us, don't they? There was my son and I went to a skate park over the weekend because he loves skating scooters. And there was this one lad, and he was on a skateboard, and he'd only just started on a skateboard, so he was practicing, and you could see he was going up and down and falling off but getting back on again and stuff. And there was a ramp that he was wanting to go down, but he was really nervous, and he was just like, I want to do it, but I can't do it. I really want to do it, but I can't do it. And we were all saying, it's okay. We were trying to talk it through him. And he was like, please count me down. So we were counting him down. And then he was like, no, I can't do it. And it just shows exactly that, is that his mind was telling him. And I was saying to him, what's the worst case scenario? What's the worst could happen? And you're going to fall potentially, but you've got padding on. So it may hurt initially, but you'll be fine. Your body needs to do that in order to feel what did go wrong or where your body needs to fit. And unfortunately, he didn't do it in the end. He ended up saying, no, I need to come back. So when you do when you do have your clientele come, shall we talk about children maybe? What strategies can you give? Because obviously with that lad, he was just like, no, but I really want to. No. So there was some sort of anxiety or some stress that his body was going through, but how could he have got over that? And obviously that transfers to swimming, to everyday life, really, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And when you're teaching swimming as well, you certainly do hear from the children, I can't do it.
Yep, very much.
Particularly maybe diving and things like that. I can't do it.
Face in.
So the kind of language I would recommend is, what do you need to learn so that you know you can do it?
Love that.
So I would just assume that there's a slight missing of a learning that's there. And by asking that question, it opens up their minds to working out that extra bit that they need to learn so that they know they can do it. The other thing you can do is you can also remind them of a memory where they were brave and they took that step and it worked out brilliantly. And also remind them of how it felt
Yes.
when they took that massive leap of faith.
Yep.
And
Yep.
afterwards, how they felt. So
Right.
that massive euphoria and that
Mhm.
dopamine hit after they're done that leap of faith.
Yeah.
And that sometimes drives them just to go for it.
Yeah.
You want them to go for it.
Yeah.
Also, you can play with that regarding the future as well.
Right.
Imagine how you would feel
Right.
when you do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
You're
Do
also
you?
presupposing that they're going to do it as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not an if, it's a
Yeah.
when
When?
you're going to do it.
Yeah. Do you find that children, with regards to feelings, can they openly express how they're feeling? Do you have to prompt them, or can they express that?
Children, not necessarily, they don't necessarily have the vocabulary to be able to express those emotions,
Yeah.
but you can certainly see it and feel it yourself.
Right.
So it's being aware and paying attention to the signals that
Yes.
children are giving you. So if you sense that nervousness or that anxiousness, then it's a good time to step in and be that person that they can trust so that they can feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important within swimming teaching, because they're in a dangerous environment in and of itself.
Yeah.
And everything about the pool and swimming is portrayed as dangerous.
Yeah.
And so it's important to make sure that they're feeling safe and secure in their environment, and that you're able as a swimming teacher to build that rapport so that they can trust you. And they don't know you. How many little swimmers don't know the names of their teachers? That just blows my brains. If they don't know your name, you've got to build rapport. You've got to give them the time to smile and chat with them and just be you with them, so that they know they can trust you.
Trust you.
Yeah. And with some children, it takes a bit of time.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And that's okay.
Especially, I guess, if they've had maybe a negative experience before, because they may be having that thought because of something that negative had happened. Do you find that more?
Yeah, very much so. The main primary job of our subconscious is to preserve and protect our bodies and minds.
Right.
So when something happens to us as a human being and we haven't got the resources to manage that moment, then what happens is the subconscious kicks in with feelings and sensations to get us out of that experience.
Yes.
Some people call it fight or flight.
Right.
That kind of moment. And the subconscious locks on to that memory.
Yeah.
And it literally says, that is never happening again. And I'm going to give you those emotions again with anything remotely connected to that first experience, so that you don't have to do that ever again.
Yeah.
And that's how it works.
Yeah. Because it could be potentially something as well that, I mean, talking about swimming here, it could be something that had happened in the changing room and didn't even happen poolside, can't it? And then the brain remembers no, and it's almost shuts down from that, even though their teacher may have been totally easy on them, they hadn't pushed them or anything. And it's
also just being aware that their minds when they're young are so immature. They haven't matured in the mind, so they haven't got the resource hard drive to be that hard drive of memories, of resources to manage that situation. And for some, it's a shock to the system as well. And when it's a shock, wow, the subconscious doesn't like that. I liken it to We have spiders here in Australia, and one of the things is someone being phobic of spiders, and they're in their 40s and they can't go outside because they're constantly checking the cobwebs everywhere around the house. And then when you talk to them as a therapist, you realize that maybe at 4 years old, their older brother threw a spider in their face. And at 4 years old, it's perfectly logical to have freaked out at that moment.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately that poor person, it stays with them.
Yeah.
And then just a photograph or a picture of a spider sets off that emotion.
It sends all goosebumps all over you. Just the picture. Yeah.
That's right. That's how it happens.
I remember I came to Australia in 2000 because we came to watch the Olympic Games. So at the time here, I spent some time traveling, and we ended up going to this farm. And long story short, because it was actually a horrendous experience because of what they did with the sheep. But anyway, that's a story you don't need to talk about. But we had to use these cabin toilets. Like, we were staying in like a big sort of hut, but it was really big because all of us were sleeping in it. But do you call them Denny's? Danny's? What's the toilets called?
Oh, the Dunnies.
The Dunnies. Yeah, so the Dunnies were literally these wooden things. And oh my goodness, I couldn't go to the toilet because there was these massive spiders, and I was thinking, I can't even go to the toilet. What do I do? And I was thinking, I can't even go and do a wild wee or anything like that. And I was thinking, what do I do? So I literally had to say to myself, Helen, it's a spider. And I had to talk to myself to say, what else are you going to do? You either go out into the bush and into the even more wild, or you have to go in here really quickly, do what you need to do, and then go. And I had to literally, and like you're saying, the mind is so powerful that I could have got bitten, and I know that they're really quite not good, are they, over there, that if you do get bitten, it's a different effect than over here. But I just remember that. But even my parents don't know how I got this phobia of spiders. They can't remember and they can't pinpoint it. But how do you help the families? Like, how do you help? Because you do it whole collectively. So do you work with the individual and the family?
So first and foremost, I work with the parents, because anxiety can be fed. Unfortunately, there is and that's just the nature of the beast, really.
Yeah.
So it's working with the parents to make sure that their language is really clean.
Okay.
And I'll go into that maybe a bit later, because I'll do it now.
Okay.
If I said to you, don't think of a pink elephant with purple spots.
I'm thinking of a pink elephant with
purple spots. Our tendency when someone is nervous or anxious is to say, don't worry, which takes them straight there, because the subconscious is super speedy, super quick.
Yeah.
And it gives you the pink elephant with purple spots
straight away.
All the worry before your conscious, that is very slow and discerning, realizes that there's don't before it. It's too late.
Yeah, too late already.
So I really check with the language of the parents as well. There's lots of little strategies that I give parents to assist them with managing children and that are responding in situations with anxious responses. You know what I mean? I do a parent session sometimes, and I don't like to blow my own trumpet or go like crazy with this, because it doesn't always happen, but sometimes I'll do the parent session, and the parents, if they get it and they implement the strategies that I give them, I don't even have to see the children. Done.
Wow.
Job done.
Wow. So the influence that they really have is huge then, isn't it?
Really, when you think about it, parents are the best hypnotists for their children.
Yeah. If they've given the right tools. Yeah.
Exactly. The children trust their parents.
Yeah.
They're in awe of the prestige of their parents. They want to follow their parents. They want to copy their parents.
Yes.
So if you get the parents right, then it can have a tremendous difference to a child's life. It's
Wow.
fantastic. It is fantastic. If not, I will work with the children. However, I don't work with any child under the age of about 8 or 9.
Okay.
It's
And
only the parents that I work with. So I do parent coaching with them.
now, is that because of the maturity that they have as they're able to express a little bit more?
Yeah, very much. And the subconscious is around about, if you think of the subconscious, around about the age of 4 or 5 years old.
Right.
So it's highly imaginative.
Yes.
It loves creativity, visualizations, imagination, stories, metaphors, pictures, all that kind of mythical, magical things. So if you've got a child doing anxiety at 5 years old, you, as a parent, you can do so much to assist this child if you really connect with their subconscious in that beautiful childlike way. It's exciting. It becomes really exciting.
Yeah. Because in the framework that I have in swimming, I have at the heart of it what I call learning patterns. And I think, and for me, that's the pinnacle of where you hone in onto how the child learns and all about the child development. And part of that, I used to call it the triangle of success, because it used to just be the teacher, the swimmer, and then the environment. But now I've added in the parent, so it's now the circle of success. So without all of those, and I really feel that the missing sort of part, and you're reiterating this, is the importance of the parent partnership that you have. Because if you have the child that is extremely nervous to learn to swim, and at that particular age, like you're saying, of 4 and 5 years old, there's only so much that potentially the teacher could have the strategies to do that, because essentially you have 4, 5, 6 of that age group in one lesson, and you've got 1 or 2 of them that are showing these signs of anxiety. There's only so much that you can do to try and help, and this is why the parents needs to not just sit poolside on their phones or drop them off to say I'm off, or they're even asked you need to leave now by the swim school. They tell them to leave, and you just think, So from what you're saying is that it's really important that the parents know what the child's doing in that lesson, and also to help them before, during, and after.
Yes, very much. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. That circle of success. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
that's exactly, you want that involvement from the parents.
Yes.
Unfortunately, parents get a bad rap regarding swimming.
Yes.
When in actual fact, if the parents knew exactly what to do, what to say to their child to get the best out of the swimming teaching experience, no dramas at all.
Yeah,
but instead we tend to push them out and push them away, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's not good for that child.
Have you seen the documentary that went up for a nomination for winning an Oscar? It's called The Swim Lesson. It's in America.
Oh, I'd love to see that. That sounds fantastic. Go on, tell me more.
It is. It'd be interesting for your take on it because of your profession now and your experience, because it caused a load of controversy all over the world that they wanted to take it off for nomination because it wasn't a true reflection as to how swimming lessons should be going. And it's this gentleman that's basically saying his way is the right way, and they get there in the end. And you have, and I don't want to spoil it too much because obviously it'd be great for you to watch it and see what your thoughts are, because he has 3 in a group maximum. He doesn't have any more than that, but he does have them, and they're toddler age to, they do go up, but from in the film you do see them around the 4, 5, maybe 3 age range, and there's 3 of them, and they're all crying, some are throwing up, but the parents are sitting poolside and they are climbing up and out and running to get out. They want to get out.
Oh my goodness.
And so at first I couldn't watch any longer than, I think it was 5 minutes. I think it goes on for just over half an hour. I can't remember now. And I was thinking, I can't watch any more of this, because my heart was just like, the parents were just sat there because they had been told
What to do.
You watch it, you don't do anything about it, and then you take them home.
Wow.
And so I would love to have your feedback on how that has potentially affected, because of course you see the children in that state, which is the most of them, not all, but the most of them, to the end of the, I think he does like a 6-week intensive or something. He does like an intensive over X amount of days. It's probably not even 6 weeks, actually. I think it may even be over a week. It shows then at the end, oh, they're all fine, they're all happy, and they're swimming to me now, and this, that, and the other. And I'm just thinking, could that potentially have affected them then for the future of?
It could well have. It could well have. But then again, it might not have as well.
Yeah.
But there is certainly potential. It's just a really uncomfortable thing.
Yeah, it was
to do. It's very old school, what we call old school.
Like the rope around the tummy, get going.
Yeah. And I think if you're really paying attention as a swimming teacher, you know whether a child is, what's the word? Playing up, or
testing,
whether they're really scared.
Good.
Like you can pick it more often than not. You can pick whether they're truly fearful or whether they're just not wanting to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, you've got to work out the motivations for them to do it. And as a swimming teacher, we're all rewarded for our behaviors. As a swimming teacher, you get paid for swimming teaching.
Yep.
And in my work, I get paid. In your work, Helen, you get paid.
Yep.
So we're all bribed and corrupted in life. So this bribery and corruption, it's something we've got to learn to manage anyway.
Yeah.
So you've got to work out the motivations of a child, to have them be able to feel that they want to do it to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But downright fear that's not appropriate.
No.
I would feel really uncomfortable. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, no, please. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you need me to send the link, I will.
Yeah.
Because, and it always, I don't know how you feel about this, but I feel that the swimming industry or the learn to swim routes or programs, they almost seems to be that it's the only sport of where they all say cry it through, or let them just get on with it, they'll get over it. If they're scared, they've just got to push through it, or we've got to put them in a situation of where they feel uncomfortable because they're going to save their life one day. I still can't get my head around that, because with swimming, it's not that it's different on land, because it shouldn't be, but at least on land they're stable, or they fall to the floor, or if something happens they'll have a bit of a cut and bruise. But it's different in water, adding the element of this dangerous substance. That's the beauty of it as well, because I always say, hey, let's look at it at the love of it rather than the fear of it, and embrace the love of the water. Because again, it's that fear driven. If you don't do this, and it's that language again that you pick up, if you don't do this, your child is going to drown. Or if they don't do this, you're putting your child in a harmful situation of where they've got to be able to save themselves. But
most children, Helen, at the pool that were learning to swim, they don't know what swimming looks like. They don't know what the love of it is.
Yeah.
So when you've got a fearful child coming into the pool, they don't know anything about this substance. They don't know anything about this environment. It's busy, it's loud, it's probably a bit shouty as well, because swimming teaching, you have to lift your voice a bit to, and some of these children don't know what the payoff is.
The long run.
Where does that get me? And most parents are saying that it saves your life.
Yeah.
So that if you fall in somewhere, you can at least swim. But it's not the love of it, like you expressed. It's not the love of it. And so I think it's really important that parents actually show their children what, for instance, my grandson, 2.5 years old, watches YouTube videos of children playing in the pool. 6-year-old, 5-year-old, and he loves it to the point where it's a bit repetitive for me. Nana.
Too much, not this one again.
It's the same video over and over again, but he loves it, and he's watching it, and he's learning how wonderful that medium of water can be. So then when he comes to the pool, when he goes to the pool with Nana, he's ready. He wants to get in there and play. Some kids turn up at the pool and they don't have a clue.
No, what am I doing? Where am I going? Who am I with? What they're going to do with me?
Yeah, and what the payoff is.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know that, and it's important for kids to learn that. And you only need just do a YouTube video of kids playing in the pool, and
absolutely,
that's enough for them to know at a young age. That's what I want to learn. The subconscious learns by copying. It learns really quick. So remember, I said the subconscious is around about that 4 or 5-year-old age group. It doesn't learn from reading a book on how to do things, or a manual how to do things. It learns by copying and then experiencing from there on in. So it's very important that any child going to a swimming lesson can see what the payoff is, or what is expected of them. If you've got swimming teachers that are not going underwater and you're expecting these kids to go underwater, no way. It's not going to happen. So you've got to, like,
the same.
I used to love drifting from under the water and then just popping up in front of them and things like that, and maybe having one of those sinking sticks in my mouth like a dog with a bone, that kind of thing, to show them that there is fun in this, there is enjoyment in this, there's learning and copying and everything of what makes being a child magical, exciting.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I went on.
No, I love it. This is just fascinating, because my son ended up going, we went to a family session when he was younger at the local swimming pool, and we just took him, we met up with some friends. It wasn't formal lessons, it was just, we went and just had a play, and it was a we call them teaching pools, so they're quite shallow, so the children can stand up in it, and obviously you as an adult have to go on your knees, and it's like a really good workout for your quads when you're like in a squat position. But anyway, so we had to wait before we went into the pool, and there was some swimming lessons going on, so I was like, oh, and I'm always just, I'm a bit nosy, to see what they're doing. So it was this parents and me class going on, so parent and child in the water, and the teacher was poolside standing. So automatically you've got the teacher standing up looking down, and then you've got the parents, of course, scrambling how they could be able to hold the child. And she was doing like this, she wasn't even singing, but she had standing poolside, leaning over with a watering can, and she was like, you're going to swim underneath the watering can. And she wasn't even in the water. Bearing in mind, she could have at least stood in the water. She could have still been at a height but she wasn't even poolside. And she was standing, leaning, holding this thing. And I was thinking, how are the parents even supposed to learn how to hold or to do any of the skills that predominantly at that age the parent needs to know. We need to educate the parent at the same time, don't we, in that circumstance? And I never got it, because what you were saying is that why aren't they in and actually maybe even with a dolly or something the same and doing the same thing as what the parents would be doing? And then even with the older children, the swimming instructors, although that they were in the water, the children were walking because he was walking.
Yes.
And you just think, but they're not swimming, they're walking.
No. But the teacher is walking.
Yeah. So they literally were mirroring what he was doing.
Yep. That's how
and then they were wondering why, because I was thinking, he's not showing them to lift the legs up to be able to kick, so they're not going to. They weren't doing it.
No. And they learn by copying. So the demonstrations are just gold.
Yeah.
Demonstrations, and they have to be done correctly.
Yeah.
Like you can't. You really need, as a swimming teacher, that is your highest priority, is make sure that you can demonstrate.
Yeah.
Or have someone demonstrate
that. If you can't do it,
that's just a no-brainer for me.
Like
even that's how they learn. That's that they're pretty much, a child can be literally just using their subconscious processes up until the age of about 6 or 7. They believe in Santa, for Christ's sake.
Oh, I know. They believe there was the moon, if you tell them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's no conscious, discerning, logical, questioning process yet. That comes as they start school.
Yeah.
We need that conscious process to question and learn and discern, or learn what we want to learn. But up until then, they're just this
sponge
of copying. And
so
they copy anxiety.
That's exactly what I was, because with the parent and not baby but toddler classes, if the parent isn't willing either to work with you, in the sense that, it's I don't want to get my hair wet today type thing, and then they're expecting the child, they're like, oh, blow your bubbles, and they're not even doing it themselves, and you just think, but then your child isn't going to want to do it either. I'm not saying that all of them, because some of them will naturally want to do it anyway, and the parents are just like, oh great, they're doing it, so I don't have to do it type thing. But wouldn't it be really lovely that if they really immerse themselves into their world as well? And I guess that's where the education, isn't it, from what you do, is the education of being there with the parent and helping them with those key words. And do you find that, depending on the certain parents that they are, do you find it's really quite hard, because you're almost like imprinted with those negative, don't do this, don't run? It's always that we hear a lot of it as children.
We do.
And then it's really hard then to not use that terminology. Do you find that the parents find it more difficult to think then, oh no, I've just said that wrong, or the process of trying to change that mindset of using the positive words?
Very much so. For me, when I'm working with the parents, it's really locking them into paying attention to what the child needs. It's all about paying attention to that child, paying attention to the needs of the child, and then relaxing the parents. Essentially, Helen, I'm working with the parents as a therapist. So relaxing, calming the parent down, so that the parent has more time to be able to respond in a way that assists the child, instead of not. When we're parenting, we only do what we know. Any human,
what we know.
We can only respond in the moment with what we know, with what data we've learned up until that point. Most of the time, with most parents, they're excited because they've updated their information, they're like, oh, wow, I never knew that. I'm going to use that. I'm going to do that. Because when you see a child suffering with anxiety, or even a teenager, a young person is
heartbreaking.
they're really suffering.
Yeah.
And we talk about resilience in children and all that kind of thing. And there's a learning experience with it. And as a parent, when you suddenly find out what can help your child, that most of them lock onto it. They really do. They really enjoy that. Just like a child finds out what they need to do to learn to swim, and they get excited about it, a parent will do the same thing. They get excited.
So 2 parts to this, I guess, because obviously in the swimming world you've got the teacher involved as well. What strategies, or say 2 or 3 immediate strategies that both the parent and the teacher could do to help that child that is walking poolside and very anxious and fearful, and they lock around their mums or dads, don't they? And like a koala bear, I'm not going in. And then the parents almost like prizing them off to say, no, I paid for this lesson and it's starting now. And it's like that rush, isn't it? They've rushed to the changing room. They've rushed to get changed. Now they're prizing them off. And then they have to sit down and wait in this cold environment generally. And then it's over then to the teacher to take over from that point. How can that easy transition, or what tools could they both have in order to help that child?
First and foremost, there needs to be a communication between the parent and the swimming school operator. So if they're a bit nervous or fearful, you're not always going to know it, because some are so excited. They've got their goggles and their cap on and they've got their babies on, and they turn up and they're all excited, and then they go, I'm not sure about this, and it's a bit of a shock. But if there's good communication between the swimming operators and the parents, so that the teacher is forewarned, I think that is super. The other thing I would suggest to the parent would be to go and watch the swimming lessons before they join. That is a must. And if possible, to watch the teacher that the child is going to be with as well. Make sure the child learns the name of the teacher, and watches the lesson before they actually are asked to get it, if possible. If this is possible, get there early, so that they've got plenty of time, instead of shocking them into this environment that they don't know. So what you're doing is presenting them in a beautiful, gradual, calm way, so that they're there watching. Make sure that they have some kind of toy or book or comfort object that they know is theirs, and they can even put at the end of the pool, on pool deck, all those kind of things. If the swimming teacher can get another pair of hands in the water to be able to assist that child just through those first few weeks of nervousness, that's another way of doing it. Distraction is really good, as we all know as swimming teachers, to distract them or have them involved in toys. Make sure there's plenty of toys around so that they can lock on to different toys. That's a given. I'm sure everyone's going, we know that and we do that.
But still, there are still swim schools that don't. They say they're too much of a distraction. I'm not going to use anything, and they don't have anything. Not even, or they'll have the cliche of the ducks or what have you. And
exactly, it's got to flip the switch of a child.
The purpose, right?
Now, the important thing is to don't worry. That would be the worst thing to say. But something like this can flip it on its head ridiculously. You could say, don't have too much fun.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can say, don't smile at me.
Brilliant.
Don't splash me too much, will you?
Love
Okay.
it.
That kind of, so you're flipping the don't worry, you know,
Yeah.
the exercise of the word don't,
Yeah.
kind of enthuse them so they go straight.
Do it.
Again, depending on the age of the child, do you remember your first day at playgroup or something like that, or first day of school, and how nervous you were, and then you ran out and you were so happy you had such a wonderful time?
Yeah.
Reminding them of those kind of memories is
Right.
really important, because they're resources from the child's past and come forward in time
Yeah.
to the present moment. So
Yeah.
that's another good one. Oh, let me think. Some children, you sometimes have to peel off the parent, whether you agree with
Yes.
that, Ellen, but occasionally
They have to help them overcome that, don't you know? It's that
that,
positive reinforcement of I want to help you type thing.
yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Just
And
off them. Yeah.
yeah, in my swimming teaching days, we used to call them Klingons.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
would be like little
Yeah.
koalas
Yeah.
round
You
your
can
neck.
stand there like this, and then like.
Yeah, you've got all these like babies and children, and I loved it. And then eventually you've got to, some children you can do that if you know you've got a good rapport going with them and the parent.
Yeah.
But those that are very fearful, I think it's important to build that trust so that they know you're not going to get them to do anything that they're not comfortable with, so that they know they can learn at their own pace. From there, you can make those changes in your language accordingly. I've only touched on the tip of the iceberg kind of thing. There's so
Oh, I'm
much
sure.
you can do. Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Okay.
Maybe we could do a part 2.
Okay, we'll do it. I'd love that.
If you want to.
See what response you get.
Yes.
And just let me know, and I'll be happy to do that, most definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. As we come to an end of our amazing conversation, and thank you for your time. I know it's the evening there, but I just want to leave with this last question for our listeners with one final thought. Okay, we often talk about what we teach swimmers or children, but what's one thing that a child has taught you that you have never forgotten?
Patience.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Easy to answer.
Isn't that the truth?
Isn't that the truth? It is just patience. And I think I'm quite an excitable personality, and always has been. And I'm just so excited for this child to experience this world of water and love it as much as I do.
Yeah.
And you really sometimes just have to back off and calm yourself down. And my husband, being a learn to swim teacher here in Australia, he is the calmest, most consistent, patient teacher.
Yeah.
And sometimes I come in and do a guest appearance to teach the kids.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm just so overexcited, impatient.
Yeah. Why aren't you doing it?
Exactly. So yes, patience.
Yeah,
I think is one of the, allowing a child to learn at its own pace is so important.
I love that. Very much.
And enjoying it and watching them and letting them lead the way, kind of thing. I think that's probably my biggest take home. Yeah, from a child. Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Julie. It's been such a wonderful conversation. I could speak to you for hours. And I love you. You're, like you say, you're so excited. You're obviously so passionate about what you do. And I want to thank you for coming on, but also thank you for helping those children and those families. And your skills and expertise is very much needed. And thank you for that you had followed your calling, because obviously that was what you are meant to be doing. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome, and thank you for the work that you do. I'm looking at their Facebook page and enjoying the vibe of it and getting that education out there and that support. And because when you're a swimming teacher, you do get a little bit, not bored, I wouldn't say it was boredom, but you get a bit stale. Having those resources like you, Helen, out there is it's just tremendous for the industry. It really is. So well done. Good.
Oh, I appreciate that very much. Oh, thank you. And we look forward to speaking to you again soon.
Yeah, I'd love it. Do it.
There's no possums came to the window then.
No, they're out there somewhere.
I was half anticipating you going when one comes out.
No, they're definitely out.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Thank you, Helen. Bye.